Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to Politics Today with your number one unofficial spokesperson of the Obi Dati campaign. There's a lot of things to be discussed today, so let's just start right away. First on the list, we're going to be looking at the gaffe by Titi Abubakar, the wife of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And I believe it's an honest gaffe, so we're not going to make a lot of big deals about it. We're just going to make a little comment at the end, but let's just watch that video.
That 25th of February, everybody should come. If you have not collected your PVC, you go and collect your PVC. Get it ready. 25th of February, we should vote APC. APC, they promise to do so many things for the country, but we can see ourselves now the way we are.
Purely that's a gaffe, right? She says, get your PVCs and vote for APC. And then in the next breath, she says, APC promised us a lot of things, but you've seen our life today. So obviously she wanted to say vote for PDP because APC have failed. All right, so that's just paraphrasing what I thought she wanted to say. Vote for PDP because APC has failed us or has failed in all their promises. I think the only thing we can take from this is that it was an honest gaffe. But the reason I played this video is not to make fun of her, because I do some gaffes myself, and I think every one of us do that, especially when you're thinking of the next thing to say. Sometimes you say the wrong thing, so that's totally um, acceptable or expected when you speak. But the problem I have with the whole thing, why I played this video, is to say why again is the PDP in opposition? Oh, because Atiku Abubakar and five other governors in 2014-15 left PDP to APC. So they are the ones that actually brought APC into power. That is the only problem I have. I don't have problem with the gaffe. People can gaffe all the time. But the thing is, they are the ones that trust this APC on Nigeria. So they can't claim innocence. They can't play ignorance. They can't say we didn't know. No. They are the ones that brought this APC on us because they couldn't stay, to wait for Jonathan to finish, and then they can come and run. Because if they waited only 4 years, he could have, just run on the PDP platform in 2019 so easily, coming off of another PDP presidency. But no, he went to APC because he couldn't wait. Now 8 years has passed, and he's now telling us, well, let's vote for PDP because APC has failed. That is not acceptable, right? What this tells me is that you just want to be president, full stop. Because um, if you have a plan, you have an ideal, then you could have even been in the opposition and speak up. You can be in opposition and speak up and show the people what you could have done if you were there. Look at what I think is Rishi in the UK. He was speaking up and saying that we could do things when I think Trish was the prime minister. We should have done it this way. We should have done it that way. And now he's in power, and then we're looking at what he could do or what he will do. You can stay in opposition and let the people hear your voice. It's not okay that after the election, if you fail to win, you run away to Dubai and stay there till your next election, then you come back. No, stay around and criticize the government. Hold their feet close to the fire so they can keep their promises. All right, so enough of that. Now, she says collect your PVCs and then make sure that you vote. Now, speaking about collecting PVCs, why don't we just segue into that quickly in our second video, just 11 minutes, 11 seconds long. So let's watch that.
They're really doing a great job, yeah? We're working, but people are not coming to pick their PVC. Look at us, sorting cars, and they're not coming. They're not encouraging us. They're not coming because we need them to come and pick their PVC. It's terrible.
All right, so we're gonna stop it there. Go collect your PVCs. Your PVCs are out there, and these guys are, they've sorted your PVCs and they're waiting for you to come pick them up. Please go collect your PVCs. Without them, you will not be able to vote. Now, speaking about voting, do you know that there's this talk that BVAS might not work in some places, and if it doesn't work, there are workarounds and all that and all that. Let me play you this video that will give you some tips about what to do if there are problems with the BVAS.
Assuming the BVAS fails to function at your polling unit, do not worry, there is a provision for such occurrences in the 2022 Electoral Act and INEC guidelines. And this is how the situation will be managed. So first, where the BVAS deployed to your polling unit malfunctions continuously, accreditation and voting will be suspended until a new BVAS is provided by INEC. Secondly, where a BVAS is replaced in the middle of an election, the data of accredited voters in the faulty BVAS shall be merged with the data in the replacement BVAS to calculate the number of accredited voters. The third is where the new or replacement BVAS is not available by 2:30 p.m. on election day, the election for that polling unit will be cancelled and the accreditation and voting shall continue the following day. So here is a twist. If the result in the polling unit or units where a BVAS malfunctions and a replacement was not provided by 2:30 p.m. Now, if the result from those polling units will not substantially affect the final result of the whole election, INEC will go ahead and declare a winner without conducting elections in those polling units. So these are the 4 ways INEC can address situations where BVAS malfunctions in a polling unit. That is Elections 101 in 5. You now know what INEC will do if a BVAS fails to function on election day. That is one important piece of information you can use to protect your right to vote.
All right, so you've heard that. So I think you should try to make sure that you go early to vote. So if there's problem with the BVAS, so they can start early to try to rectify it before it is too late. I don't agree with the point he made about if the BVAS doesn't work until 2:30 and if they decide that the vote from that place is insignificant. Who says the vote is insignificant? We need to make sure that every vote counts. So they should start from now to try those BVAS. I think this is like preparing us to say, oh, something could go wrong. No. They should find a way to make sure that nothing goes wrong. Right? They should get these BVAS robust. Make sure that they are robust and they don't just fail at any time. Right? Now, we're going to switch to another video. So, we talked about the gaffe, we talked about collecting PVCs and voting and making sure that the BVAS work and what to do when it doesn't work. Now, let's talk about the Labour Party candidate, because there's something going on in Nigeria right now. There's a lot of political assassinations in Nigeria, and this is unacceptable. Killing political opponents is unacceptable. And I wonder, I think it was Obigwe Okwe, one of them sang the song and said, somebody who kills another person what have they achieved? Have they achieved eternal life to their own souls? I don't understand why you kill someone. That just shows that you're weak, you're a coward. If you can't stand to debate with someone, if you can't stand and produce a superior argument, then you resort in killing. You're a coward. Anyone who kills another person is a coward. When we're younger, we read these things that say that anyone who must kill another to succeed will have death waiting for them at the gate of their success. You were just, whatever you sow, you reap. God cannot be mocked. It's just like that. Why do you kill someone? Because you think you're going to lose. That's it. You're a loser. You're a loser. If you kill your opponent to win, you're a loser. As pure as and simple as that. and you're gonna die too. So why kill someone? Why can't you come up with a superior argument? If the people want you, then you rule. Unless you're just a thief and a murderer. So you come into power to steal. But if you're coming to serve and the people say we don't want you, you just walk away. That's what it is. You walk away. Now we're gonna play this video that talks about the political assassinations of Labour Party candidates. And then we'll come back and round it off with some crazy stuff coming from Kano and what they're saying about voting at them and so on and so forth. So let's take this one first and then we go to Kano. Right.
Chairman of the Labour Party, Julia Sabure, has decried the upsurge in the spate of assassinations of its party leaders and candidates across Nigeria. Abure described the situation as not only worrisome, but also a great threat to democracy. He lamented that members and supporters of the Labour Party had been victims of harassment, assault, and outright assassination. He described the latest killing of one of the party's House of Assembly candidates, Christopher Elehu, in Igbo State, as one too many. The LP chairman appeals to the federal government to provide police protection. And joining us now to discuss this development is the Labour Party spokesperson, Dr. Yunusa Tanko. Good to have you on Newsday. Thank you so much for joining us for this conversation.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon.
All right, so I'm going to pause it here just for a second. I think when she said Igbo State, she probably referring to Imo State. If there's an Igbo State, please let me know in the comment section, but I think she's referring to Imo State. So let's just listen to what this candidate...
In light of the assassinations, the targeted killings, and just the general violence, do you, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, do you believe that the security forces should be doing more, as it shows that, things are ramping up and election violence is really starting to pick up? This is worrisome. What do you have to say?
Well, it is more worrisome. As of last night in Kaura local government, from the information available to me, there was sporadic shooting, and then the killing has even gone beyond the position in which the national chairman has just told you. One Cletus Akuda, the PRO of Park Ward, Kura local government, was also killed. And Levi Zakaria, a member of and the younger brother to our unit secretary in that particular area, was also killed. So that will account for like 4 persons already deposited in the morgue because they are Labour Party members. And we've sounded this alarm earlier on when it started from Lagos State. And when it started from Lagos State, we were being intimidated as regard to registering, collection of PVC, destroying of our billboards, and at the same time, there was intimidation both on cyber and then the killing of the Kaura local government women leader, which our teaming leaders visited yesterday in Kaura local government. It was at that point that they discovered that more than 2 persons or 1 or 2 persons were also killed in that regard. So for us, it's a continuous attack on the Labour Party and the obedient movement. And it clearly shows that we are being under siege because of our position, and then because the Nigerian youth have shown support for Peter Obi. And clearly, for us, it seems that it is not only the people that are just trying to dampen our morale and probably bring us down, because we have chosen a path of truth, a path of dedication, and a path of rescuing Nigeria from the shackles of poverty that we've already found ourselves. So with regard to your questions as regard to whether the security apparatus are doing enough, as far as we are concerned, nobody has been arrested or been convicted, or information have not been railed out to the public as regard to those who are behind this. And then we say this with due respect to some of the attacks we've received over the month, and then statements being accorded to our other political parties who clearly did not sign the peace accord that was signed on the 28th of September, And that, of course, sent a red flag to Nigerians that these people are not ready for a free and fair election. And then we urge the federal government to quickly deal with these issues and then bring the culprit to book. Because anything short of that may force a lot of people to take arms and defend themselves. And that will not be good for every one of us. I said this at a meeting day before yesterday, the International Republican, at the Yaga conference meeting, and where we railed out all of these particular challenges, and we made it clear that it's not as if we cannot defend ourselves, but they shouldn't push us to the wall that we will have to come out in arms to defend ourselves. The attack is getting too many, and then no solution in the air, no resolutions as regard to some of the people who have been involved in this heinous crime, and it cannot continue. We cannot sit down and be killed one by one just because we want to run for elections. We are out for rescuing Nigeria, and in any way, those who are even involved in the killing should know that they are actually digging their own grave, because by trying to demarcate us or deter us or intimidate us will only make us popular, and they are the ones suffering at the end of it all. So we...
All right, this one gets me. This one breaks my heart a lot. So people are being killed just because they are running for positions or because they are espousing a different ideology, and that's it. That's their crime. And the government is doing nothing. Nobody's brought to book. No one is arrested. No one is arrested. No one is brought to book. They just pay lip service to these things. And it continues. Every election cycle, they kill somebody. They killed Bola Ige. In those days, they kill, is it Bola Ige or Williams, Funshaw Williams? So they kill, like every time during the election cycle, they just kill one person or kill the other person. Murderers. Whoever you are, I'm not pointing fingers because I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, you're a murderer. You're a thief. You should compete on your competence. You should come out and say, this is what I'm offering, the service I'm offering to the people. And the people will tell you, okay, yes, we want it, or no, we don't want it. All right. So having said that, we're going to go to the next video. So the next video we're going to play here, I think that's where we're going to end it. This one is just funny to me. So that's why I'm really laughing at this, but let's just get that comment. This is what is happening in Kano. Someone is saying in Kano, unashamedly, if you will, unashamedly. So let's get to that video. Why don't we just start from 24th second? Okay, we can start from 22nd, 22nd second. And let's watch that and come back and talk about it together. All right.
Person, and by extension your party. You recently in a video asked people to vote for APC or you deal with them. And those were your words. You spoke in Hausa language. But interpretation is that you sort of swore and said that on election day, the people must vote for APC or you will deal with them. And
all right, you heard that right. You cannot make it up. Vote for APC or they will deal with you. I'm not saying every APC candidate said this. I'm just saying what this guy said out of Kano, Honorable Dogua. I think P2B said that we should stop all this honorable thing until, let's just get things right first. But anyways, that's what they call him. Honorable Dogua says, vote for APC in Kano or we'll deal with you. So listen to his lame excuse for saying
I'd like to know, why did you threaten violence on the electorate in such manner?
My good brother, that is not a threat. And we never threaten our electorates. What you don't know about Kano State is one very special political space. We have our special semantics in politics. We have the shenanigans we use during campaign and electioneering campaign. Kano State is an aggressive state in terms of politics of ideology. Kano State, we have our own way of approaches when you come to campaign. You must employ and use what you ginger your people. This is what we call political sloganeering. This is what we call political semantics and political rhetorics. And you cannot stop sloganeering in Kano politics. We have inherited this time without time immemorial. Asking people to vote for APC or we deal with them simply means like what you can call shenanigans, political brouhaha, which we make simply to ginger our supporters, to let them feel that, oh, we are on ground and we will get it right. I never meant to intimidate. I never meant to threaten any of my voters. I'm a reasonable person. I have been in election processes for the past 32 years, and I have never used threat or intimidation to win my election.
As we wind down quickly,
you cannot
Honorable,
take away political shenanigans. You cannot take away political brouhaha.
As we wind down,
take
Honorable,
away political sloganeering in Nigeria's politics. Let me give you one example.
You've made the point.
Let me give you one example. Let me give you one good example.
We're just 30 seconds away.
All right, so he's gonna keep arguing here and arguing and arguing, and wouldn't let the host bring the conversation to a close. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to the next the comment that the host made about what the electoral law has to say. So let's just listen to that and just take that together. So let's listen.
A party, candidate, aspirant, or person or group of persons shall not directly or indirectly threaten any person with the use of force or violence during any political campaign in order to compel that person or any other person to support or refrain from supporting a political party or candidate. In fact, he goes on to prescribe the punishment, says maximum fine of 1 million naira or imprisonment for a term of 12 months. I just want you to answer yes or no. Can Nigerians take this as the threat from your party at large as well?
All right, so I'm going to stop it here because I think you've already heard what I want you to hear. So let me repeat what I've been saying over the past couple of days. If anyone tells you who they are, believe them. If someone tells you who they are, believe them. Someone came to the campaign ground and says, who know the language our people speak, we'll give them money and they'll vote for us. That's what they want. They will give you that money and then they will steal you blind. They will steal you blind. For the next 4 years, they will be stealing from you. And you can't speak because you're already taking a portion of it. Right? You've taken a portion of it. You've sold your birthright for a morsel of bread. You can't speak anymore. Strikes will continue. Fuel scarcity whenever it is Christmas season. High cost of living. Things will keep getting bad, from bad to worse. And you can't speak because you've sold out. So they'll give you money. This one says, if you don't vote for us, we'll deal with you. And then he says you can't take it away from kind of politics. But right there, the Electoral Act, which governs everyone, says you shouldn't use direct or indirect threats. Period. Full stop. So it's either he is not familiar with the Electoral Act, which you should be familiar with the Electoral Act if you're running for an election. You should be familiar with the tenets and the dictates of the law. You should be familiar. They say ignorentiam veris nemesu excusat, or ignorentiam logis haud excusat. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. You should familiarize yourself with the rules, with the laws that you're playing by. You can't just jump out and just say, it's just for Kano. We have special shenanigans in Kano or whatever, or snoganeering or whatever you call it. No violence. And if someone can say that, think about what they are thinking, what they haven't said. Again, let me summarize by saying, if anyone tells you who they are, please believe them. Please believe them. If they tell you they don't care about you, believe them. If they say we're going to give you money to get your vote and we're buying your vote, believe them. If they say we're going to threaten you, we're going to deal with you if you don't vote for us, believe them. But show them who is the boss. The one who has the PVC is the boss. Vote right. You see, right on your screen right there, you have the candidate you're voting for. Put your finger tip within that square. Vote for Labour Party this time around. In the federal level, vote for Labour Party. And let me just make something clear, because I have friends who are running in other parties. Listen, what I'm talking about here is about the federal government. Now, for other parties, look at each candidate. Remember, I said I'm not a card-carrying member of any party. Look at the candidates and vote. What I'm talking about here is about the federal, about the presidency. Vote for P2B. For each other candidate, look at their character, look at their competence, look at their antecedents, and decide. It doesn't matter the party. Again, maybe tomorrow I can be here promoting a PDP candidate or an APC candidate or another Labour Party candidate or SDP candidate or any party. Because right now, Nigeria is not running an ideological political party campaign. This is just about individuals. You look at them and see if they have the character that you can trust. That's all. That's what I'm doing right now. Until the time when we come to a point where we have right or left, liberal, conservatives, and stuff like that, then you can say, okay, I'm a conservative and I vote conservatives. I vote conservatives down the line all the time. But right now, we don't have that ideological campaign. We're just looking at the individuals, looking at who closely aligns with your goals, your priorities, who has the competence, who has the character, who has a proven track record, who can you trust to deliver the goods. That's what we're doing right now. So if you have other candidates that are running for other positions that can deliver the goods, please vote for them. But for when it comes to the presidency, right now on the 4 leading candidates, P2B is our guy. Let's go out there and vote for him. So until I come your way again with another installment of Politics Today, again, this is yours truly, #1 unofficial spokesperson of the Obidati campaign. Please remember to comment, subscribe, share, like. All right. Thank you and bye.